Good morning, children. I hope you are all doing well. Today, we have to start a new topic. In the last part, you have studied when the light ray enters from rarer to denser medium using a semicircular glass disc. So, we have to continue with the next part of the lesson now. So, in this activity also is similar to your last activity, the same procedure. Once again, we revise those all. Aim obtaining a relation between angle of incidence and angle of refraction. Materials required here: pro circle, a small plank, a scale, semicircular glass disc, pencil and laser light. The procedure as usual: take a wooden plank which is covered with a white chart and you have to draw two perpendicular lines passing through the middle of the paper. Let the intersecting point be as O. Mark one line as NN, which is normal, and another line mark MM, where MM represents the interface of these two air and glass media. NN represents the normal drawn to the line MM. At O, mark angles from 0 degrees to 90 degrees from both the sides of NN. Repeat the same on the other side of the line NN. Here the angle should be indicated on the curved line. Place a semicircular glass disc so that its diameter coincides with the interface line MM and its center coincides with O. So you have to take a laser light and send the light from the curved surface of the semicircular glass disc. So that's the difference here. Here in the last activity from air to glass, and here in this activity glass to air. That is the reason why I told you take a laser light and send the light from a curved surface of a semicircular glass disc. Now the light ray travels from denser, that is glass, to the rarer, that is air. Start with the angle of incidence that is equal to 0 and observe the refracted ray on the other side of the disk. It will not deviate its path when entering into the rarer medium because we know that angle of incidence is 0. Angle of refraction also will be 0, whether it is air to glass or glass to air. And using laser light, send the laser light along 5, 10 degrees, 15 degrees, etc. and measure the angle of refraction for each angle of incidence. Take a white paper, draw two perpendicular lines, name them as N dash, M dash, and on the one sector you mark all the angles from 10 to 80 degrees. In the sector M to N dash, similarly what you have done N to M dash, similarly you have to mark all the angles from 10 to 80 degrees. Now place the semicircular glass discs on the interface MM dash. Here, our activity aim is to allow the light from denser medium to rarer medium. So, on the curved surface of this glass disc, I am focusing the laser light. So, that is at angle I is equal to 0. So, where you have seen R is also equal to 0. Start focusing at I is equal to 5 degrees. You are seeing the laser light less than 10 degrees. That means here what you observe as I is 5 degrees, R is greater than 5. That means here R is greater than I. Now take angle of incidence as 10. So what you have observed, angle of refraction is greater than 10 and less than 20. In this case also, angle R is greater than I. Now take angle of incidence as 15. So what you are observing, angle of refraction is 20. That means in this case also R is greater than I. Now angle of incidence at 20. So you have seen angle of refraction is greater than 20. Now the angle of incidence is 25. Observe the angle of refraction. Now the angle of incidence is 30. Observe the angle of refraction. Now the angle of incidence is 35. Observe the angle of refraction. So at particular angle of incidence, the refracted ray does not come out but grazes at the interface separating air and glass. So this angle of incidence is known as critical angle. The angle of incidence at which the light ray traveling from denser to rarer medium grazes at the interface is known as critical angle for denser medium. At critical angle, the angle of refraction will be is exactly 90 degrees. So in before case, I told that at 40 degrees, it touches the interface. So slowly, if you increase angle of incidence, so you observe a refracted ray that on the same medium. Here the same medium means on the semicircular glass disc. So the particular angle is greater than 40 and less than 45. So this concept is called total internal reflection. A particular angle of incidence where generally you observe that is critical angle of air glass is almost 42 degrees, where the glass disc material, if it is of different materials, angle may vary. So I have seen a critical angle for whatever the glass I have used is greater than 40 and less than 45. But as I increase more than the angle of incidence than the critical angle, I have seen this phenomena. This phenomenon is nothing but total internal reflection phenomena. When the angle of incidence is greater than the critical angle, the light ray gets reflected into the denser medium at the interface. That is, the light never enters the rarer medium. This phenomenon is known as total internal reflection. After observing the values, I have tabulated in this way. The table is like I, R, sin I, sin R, sin I by sin R. When I took I5, R I got as 10. After I calculated sin I and sin R, the ratio of sin I by sin R is 0.5010. When I took I10, I got R as 15. Sin I calculated and sin R also calculated. The ratio of sin I by sin R is 0.6. Like that, I15, R I got 20. Sin I calculated, sin R I calculated, and the ratio of sin I by sin R I got as 0.7567. And when I have taken I as 20, R as 30, sin I got 0.3420, 0.5. And ratio of sin I by sin R I got 0.6840. When I have taken I as 25, R as 40, sin of I got 0.4226, R as 0.6427, sin I by sin R value is 0.6575. When I30 and R45, the ratio of sin I by sin R is 0.7071. If I have taken the average ratio of sin I by sin R, the ratio is 0.65107. So keep that in the mind. So the ratio of sin I and sin R is called refractive index N. There in the air to glass we got 1.52. Here our sin I by sin R already after I calculate the average is 0.65107. But here from glass to air. So that is 1 by 0.65107. That we got as 1.53. So n is equal to 1.53 here. Similar to your value, n is equal to 1.52, what we have done in the last part of the activity. So here, if you observe I5 R 10 like that, 10, 15, 15, 20, 20, 30, 25, 40, 30, 45. So as in the activity, I have increased I like 35, 40, uh, above 40 and 45. Have seen the refracted ray traces along the interface separating the air and glass media. So if once I increased above 40 and below 45, I got at a particular angle, we have seen total internal reflection. So actually, according to the glass material, the particular value, that angle Nothing but the critical angle of a glass is 42 degrees. But this varies with the glass material made. If you see, when the angle of incidence I is greater than the critical angle, that is the light ray is reflected into the denser medium at the interface. That is, the light never enters into a rarer medium. This concept is known as total internal reflection. In today's class, we have learned an activity. What I have seen is the light ray is incident from denser to rarer medium, where I have observed for each angle of incidence, angle of R is increasing. Why? Because whenever a light ray travels from denser to rarer, so it moves away from the normal. That is the reason the angle of R is increasing in every angle of incidence. And one more is what I have seen is at one particular angle, so the ray is traces or grazes at the interface separating air and glass. That uh, particular angle of incidence is known as critical angle, and at that particular angle of incidence we call it as angle of refraction will be 90 degrees. And one more thing, also, as you increase the angle of incidence greater than critical angle, we will see a new concept that is called total internal reflection, where angle of refraction occurs in the same medium. This concept is called a total internal reflection. So by this, our today's class is completed. Okay, children, thank you.